Hey guys, you're watching Couch Surfing with Metal Matt, and we've got a very special guest with us right now. Sitting next to me, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bubsy from Grindhead Records.
How you going, man? All right?
Good, good.
Well?
Thank you so much for coming down.
We're both pregnant men too.
Oh, the COVID
How far
days.
along are you, pal?
3 months now.
Yeah,
What
I'm
about you?
about 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah.
Now we can push our strollers together.
Exactly.
It's going to be
The
fantastic.
COVID bellies are rocking, man.
Too good.
Bubsy, how you been? Like,
Good.
it has been a while, like,
Yeah.
long time, bit of chaos going on in the world.
It's been a while. It's like Stained and shit, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Fucking Aaron Willis.
What the fuck song that was, yeah.
That was a shit song.
That's horrible.
Bubsy, let's have a chat about
Sure.
Grindhead Records.
Yeah, man.
The whole history of it, like, how did this whole start?
How did it start? I suppose it was mainly just an avenue to release Ebola, initially the band that I was playing in.
Yep.
And we'd been together maybe 3 years, I think, at that point.
Yep.
And knowing that having a label back in those days anyway,
Yeah.
was really fucking worthwhile in order to promote your band and get it out there.
Oh, 100%.
So that was the first release. Was we released a discography of Ebola, so just all demos and shit we had up to that point.
Yep.
And then the second release was our album, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
It only goes for about 20 minutes, but we call it an album.
They call it out. Why not?
So yeah, that's initially where it started, and it just went from there. So we started hitting bands up at shows, and then emailing bands overseas, and then seeing who was interested, and started releasing stuff. And yeah, 20 years fucking later, we're still doing it.
And you're pretty much like the longest standing label in extreme music in Australia when you think about it.
One of them, yeah.
One of them,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
You must have seen a change too from starting then and now as well with social media, especially.
Without doubt.
How's social media helped throughout the years with you?
Initially, when the internet came about, that was probably the best time to have an independent label.
Yep.
Because CDs were still moving around the sort of $15, $20 mark.
Yeah.
No, vinyl hadn't blown up yet. Fucking cassette tapes weren't back either. So the only media at that point in time was downloads and physical media was CDs. So selling CDs from, say, 2000 right up to about 2010 was great. Yeah, you moved a lot. You did a lot for the bands, and then you'd be able to turn it over, help the bands out, pay them, and move it back in for the label. But once streaming hit, everyone's got a fucking iPhone by, 2012, 13?
Yeah, that's right.
That's where physical media really was killed.
Yeah.
And not to say it was completely killed. Like people who still love music, and in the niche side of things, still buy physical stuff, but it's dropped down. So where you could probably print 500, 1,000, a couple thousand CDs for a band.
Yep.
These days you're not even doing that. You're doing about 100. And that's fine. Yeah, you just got to adapt and move on. Things change, and that's how it goes.
That's it. That's the way it is. Now, you've done a few shows too. You've hosted a few shows in the past.
Over the years, I think we've done about 200 or so. I think.
You probably have actually.
Around 200, yeah.
Which is a fair bit, but is there a favourite show that you've done, Bubsy?
The
obviously the East-West Grindfest ones that you've done, or is there a standout show that you've done?
Yeah, East West is always fantastic because it brings together all the grind bands and the death metal bands, so I enjoy doing that a lot. But probably the best was, even though it was wrought with a lot of problems, was the Exhumed tour. To be able to bring Exhumed out from California and tour them around Australia, that was great because we did that with Bludgeoner and us as well, Ebola at the time.
2004, was it?
Yeah, 2004, so fuck, that's 16 years ago now.
18, I think, now.
Yeah, there you go. And my maths is good this morning.
Yeah.
Sucked it in. What was it? So what was that? That was 2004. They were meant to come back out, 2 years ago, just before COVID hit.
That's right.
Yeah, so that never happened. So that would have been great to see them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that tour was fantastic. So there was a few logistical problems, but overall it was fun. And then we finished up in Perth, and Perth was a really good show. That was packed. Exhumed loved it, and then we came back to Sydney, and they flew home, and it was good.
Cool. What's your opinion on today's local metal scene in Sydney, especially?
In Sydney?
Yeah.
I suppose it's pretty healthy, really. I mean, there's a lot of bands. There's a lot happening. So, but they come and go. I mean, over the 25 years or so of watching bands and going to shows. It's just the same with venues as well.
Yeah.
You know, you've got some great venues, and sometimes there's a bunch of venues and it's a lot healthier, and there's a few more bands, and then a few years later it dies down a little bit,
Mhm.
then it builds up again. So yeah, what goes around comes around.
That's usually the case.
Yeah.
Any future plans for the label this year? Some big releases coming up?
Yeah, we've got a few kind of. So we just did, obviously we just talked about it before. We did Carnal Viscera, and we did Dark Horse's new album, and Infested Entrails. So they're the three newest ones.
Mm-hmm.
But this year we've got a great band from Belgium called Baron.
Yep.
Really killer fucking grindcore band. It's sort of in the vein of Rotten Sound Nazem, and yeah, they're on point. They're fucking great. So there's them. We've got Intense Hemorrhage. We've got a new EP, so that's going to be fucking good to do.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, those boys are
I'm
back.
keen for that.
Yeah, that's great. Fucking crazy Tasmanians. They're really cool. They're legends. They're good dudes. So yeah, that's going to be sick, man. That's going to be rad. What else we got? There's a few on the cards.
Now, is there any advice that you give out to young kids that want to start a label? Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of kids out there that admire your work and want to start a label and get things going. What would you say to them?
Don't have kids and have a part-time job if you really want to do it, because it takes up a shitload of fucking time.
Yeah.
But it's rewarding. It is. It's I love music and I love putting out music, so it's great when you finally see that physical copy for the bands. Yeah, at the end of their hard work as well.
Of course.
It's taken them a year, 2 years, or whatever to get it done. So it's good to have that at the end. So I mean, look, if you were keen to do a record label, without doubt, start it up, but just be aware of the environment you're in. I suppose we've got COVID kicking in at the moment, so you can't do many live shows. Yeah, sales wise, you just got to be savvy and work hard, and yeah, you'll reap the rewards.
Good stuff. Now, people want to contact you to find more about your label. You're obviously online.
Yeah. You can go through Facebook, Instagram. Unlike Tom, I will reply to your emails, and it's all good.
Good stuff. Bubsy, thank you so much for the chat, man.
No worries, Jevin. Thank you very much.
Been a long time coming, but
Was
we've got this
good.
going.
Cheers. Legend.
Thank you.
Thank you.